Hey guys, it's Josh. Today I'm going to be showing you a video on how to set up the initial configuration on the server core. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is configuring the time, changing the host name. We're going to configure the TCP-IP properties and enable remote administration. So to start off, we're going to do the date and time. And to do that, on the server core, you have to type in a command. This command is timedate.cpl. Maybe if I spelled it right. Timedate.cpl. And that brings up the time and date. And make sure your time right here will match your time down here on the computer. If it doesn't, or the time in real life actually. If it doesn't, then just hit change time and date and adjust it accordingly. And then you just hit OK and hit OK, and that'll change your times. So the next we're going to do change the host name. So first we got to find out what the host name is, and you do that by just putting in host name, and it'll tell you the host name of your computer right now. So we're going to change that with the netdom command. So you put that in, and we'll show you what all commands you can do. And we're going to use the rename computer command. So you put in netdom rename computer, and then you put in the old computer name, which is win-j, that thing. So we're going to put in LAYF 14 QFKX. And yours might be different, so that's why you'll have to use the hostname command and find yours and put that in. So you're going to put in that command, and then right after that command do / new name, and then after that, that's when you're going to put in the new host name. And for this one, this is just the only server core that we have, so it's just going to be SCDC. And we hit enter, and it says certain services such as the certificate authority rely on a fixed machine name. If any services of this type are running on the host name, then a computer name change would have an adverse impact. We haven't set any of that services up yet, so this is what we need to do before all that. So you do want to continue, so hit Y and hit enter, and it says the command completed successfully. So that's how you change the host name. Next we're going to do IP configuration, and this is the address that we're going to be using for it. So what we're going to want to do to start is ipconfig all, and see what we got to start with. And we can see right here that it's DHCP enabled, and right now we just have like the default address, which is 192.168.138.131 with a /24 subnet mask. We're going to change that. So what we got to do is put in netsh. And then when you put in the question mark after it, it tells you all the commands that you can put in after netsh. And we're going to use interface, which changes to the netsh interface context. We're going to put in interface. So now we're at the interface. make sure that it's IP version 4. So put in IPv4, and now we're at the set address. And we're going to say equals, no space, local area connection close quotations. Then you're going to put in source and to tell the computer what kind of address it is, and this is going to be a static. And then right here you're going to put equals and then the address that you need. And for mine it's going to be 10.1.1.203. And then right after that you're going to put mask equals, and for this one it's a /24, so that's a 255.255.255 subnet mask. Enter. And we're going to try that out and see if it works. Now, you might be thinking, how? We're going to see if that works. You got to hit Control Z and go back to where we were before, and then put in IP config all/all, and that'll tell us what we're at now as far as the network configuration. And IP address version 4 is 10.1.1.203, and we've got the subnet mask changed. So that worked. That's all for the TCP-IP properties. So now all we have left is to enable remote administration, and that's a quickie. All we have to do is put in a big long command. It's net sh adv firewall space set space all profiles space settings space remote management space enable, and enter. And this says OK, so it worked. This will allow remote access to the server via the computer management, Microsoft Management Console, and the CS shares, and etc., and all that other stuff. So that finishes that up. So now all we're going to want to do is restart the computer to make sure everything went in, and then you do that by putting in shutdown/R, and that restarts it. Windows will shut down in less than a minute, and you wait for it to do it, and that's all.